A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to yet another Zoom call organized by Jungle Bells. Jungle Bells is an exclusive women's wildlife group. We are into wildlife related activities, conservation, and wildlife tours. Before we begin, I would like to request all of you to turn your cameras off and switch off your microphones, please. If you have any questions for the guests of our today's webinar, please type them in the chat box and we will address them after her talk. And also, if you want to receive further communication about our events, please type in your email addresses and phone numbers in the chat box. So to introduce our speaker for today, I will hand it over to Aarti.
Thank you, Himangi, and a very good morning to all of you. A little bit about our today's guest speaker. Sree Lakshmi ma'am has completed her education from Rajmundry and Eluru. She then later went on to do MSc Zoology from Andhra University. She started her work career in 2006 as a RFO in Andhra Forest Department. And later she worked as an assistant conservator of forest in Chandrapur and as DCF in Sironcha, Gadchiroli, Ahmednagar, and Pune. She has also worked in human resource management, and she has recently joined as the conservator forests and field director, Pench Tiger Reserve. She has worked in the backward district of Gadchiroli for 6 years and performed various activities benefiting local tribes and forests. She has controlled illicit smuggling of teak wood and carried out various livelihood programs for the benefit of tribals. As DCF Ahmednagar, she carried out various soil and moisture conservation work and rural development. And as DCF Pune, she removed encroachment on forest lands to the tune of 550 hectares and reclaimed the land by carrying out plantations. She has a special interest in developing biodiversity parks, particularly designing gardens for multiple uses. And as DCF HRM, she has worked for the betterment of the forest staff. She has won the Indian Forester Award and the CM Gold Medal Innovative Forester Award. So we have a very esteemed guest with us today, and ma'am, we are really fortunate to be able to have this dialogue with you. Let's begin. By we would like to know how you got interested in wildlife and in forests in general.
Yeah, thank you, Aarti. It's like, I believe more in destiny. Not everyone can get the opportunity to work in forest and to serve wildlife. Maybe it is more of destiny and that drives you. Okay, nothing is much planned in my service, but yes, I'm the nature lover from the beginning. And
ma'am, 1 minute. Can you? We are unable to see you. Is it okay if you can switch on your video, please?
It was telling that you have disabled me.
1 minute. Can you check now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yes, you may continue.
Good morning, Aarti, and good morning, everyone. Yeah. As Aarti asked, yes, it is the destiny which drew me to the forest and wildlife. I'm a daughter of a biologist who did graduation in basic sciences. So from the beginning, I was fascinated with his records, how the insects, anatomy, and all the diagrams. And my sisters and my cousins, they also did their graduations in life sciences. So it's from the beginning, yeah. And at the end of the day, destiny, which will take you to the foresters. And everyone can't become forest officer, right? But it is
right.
Something which you got it. Yeah.
Yes. So, ma'am, what made you want to do IFS? What urged you to go into this field?
As I told you, I was range forest officer earlier. So while doing my training in Dehradun, then we felt yes, we should go. I am for much bigger, and then we wrote the exam there. And out of 36 our batch, we all wrote the exam, and I could clear first. And later on, 9 of my batchmates became IFS, and 22 became assistant conservator forest. Yes, it is an opportunity which everyone may not be getting, and everyone might be aspiring for it. Yes, it requires a lot of hard work, and maybe, as I said earlier, it is destiny and your willpower. So it is a unique service where you are able to, connect with the nature, and you're paid to work in the nature. It is a golden opportunity that one can get, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So, so you started as an RFO, right, ma'am? And then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
took the IFS exam while you were working as an RFO.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So did you always think that you would do it though, or you? I mean, you had.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So, where was your first posting right after your IFS?
It is in Sigoncha, and then there is very much in the Gadchula district. Of course, hearing the name Gadchuli, people think that it is a punishment posting, but no. This is what I asked for and joined at Sironcha. I thought of having that challenge, right? So Sironcha is that time very much infested with smugglers and Naxals. It is a challenging posting, and I take pride that I am the first lady DCF over there. And
You were the first lady DCF.
yeah, in Gadchuli itself, the first lady DCF. Okay, the district itself. And Sironcha, yes, it is a great learning for me. So there's a lot of smuggling. Valuable teak forests are being depleted. Of course, people are dependent on forest there. 100% dependence is there. So earlier, teak harvesting used to be done, but slowly we came into illegal network. So we could pin the smugglers, and later on they were surrendered also. 260 smugglers were surrendered, and they were on regular rolls of forest department these days, which is a big achievement, I feel. And every day it is a tough thing. Like all of my staff used to face so many assaults. We are not sure that everyone will be happy or free that day. Like every day, the very sleepless nights, like were very people come with so much of bleeding, and very much in the field. Like first, maybe in the third day of my visit, only one of my guard got his ear cut down, chopped off by the smugglers.
Oh my God.
So, taking him to the hospital, and no one will actually help you. Okay, then they will say it is an Naxal infected area. We can't help you because the attack on forest officers, if police comes in, Naxal will attack. Such a situation, but yes, with a great team and with the support of my seniors, especially to quote Mr. T.S.K. Reddy sir and then Secretary Pardeshi sir, they helped me a lot and they backed me up, and they supported me. They believed in me, actually. That is the belief what. And of course, not feel to mention the late Sree R.R. Patil sir, who also, once during an assault, one of the smuggler got killed by our staff. So big thing, it's a human death, so it's a human resource issue and all. So, but Sree R.R. Patil called me. I was like bit afraid ki arey kyun baat kar. Then he said, to congratulate you, I'm calling, because if Naxal ka assault hota hai, congratulate SP. Smuggler ke assault hota hai, though I should congratulate you. Such a backing I got. So yes, we could do something, and I can say we could control the illicit filling, not exactly completely eradicated, but yes, succeedingly, my success also did good work. So now Sironcha is not having that trouble. And again, now Sironcha is being occupied by one more lady officer, Ms. Poonam Patek. So she tells that, okay, I got inspiration from you and I want to join. So, and she also asked for the posting and she is there. So it's good to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really nice to see, more and more women in this field.
Right. So it's really incredible, ma'am, that what you described about, encounters with smugglers and,
it is a
taking them.
day-to-day thing. Yeah, it's a day-to-day thing there.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And many
correct.
people doesn't know what it actually takes toll. Like, people work hard there. People simply
Yes.
say, department का involvement होता है, तभी तो ये सब होता है. ये सब बोलने की बात हो जाती है.
Yeah.
Not everyone is like, they are of that kind. People work hard, but yes, results at times are very less because we are having very less staff compared to the whole lot of villagers who are encountering.
Correct. Yeah. So moving on from your first posting and Sironcha and what you just described, can you a little bit more elaborate on your career path ahead? What all postings did you have and how have you come till today? I mean, being the FD.
Moving from Sironcha, I said I want to work in Gadchiroli alone, because in Sironcha we started many livelihood activities. Because until unless you provide some alternative livelihood, people are not going to be anywhere from the smuggling. That is a livelihood. So we created so many projects there. Like we started non-timber forest harvesting and the processing of the non-timber forest produce, either some melons, so gum harvesting, honey harvesting. So many activities we did, and so I want to continue further. I said we have just started, so I want to go to district headquarters rather to work it in a more efficient way. So I further asked to be posted in the same district. So I worked there in Gadchiroli district as a district headquarters, and again for the 3 years I'm there. So during those 3 years, yes, definitely it's my golden period of working, I can say, because we created some 18 new projects of livelihood there. Not less than, I can say, like every, I feel that my home became very big. I know all the because
That's
I
wonderful.
feel that I'm connected to every person of every home of the Gadchiroli district through one or the other livelihood activities.
That's so nice.
Even to that matter of electrification of villages with biodiesel, few we did. And this Gadchiroli Agarbatti project, if you can see my Facebook thing, you can get many videos of that. And 1,400 women got employment out of it. The Agarbatti project, which is sustaining. It was started in Gadchiroli in five places. Now I think it is a famous project. Everyone is like, we want Agarbatti center. Such an impact it has.
Wonderful.
And one more noteworthy thing is the skill development program. Many might not be knowing that initially, in Gadchiroli, children get good education in ashram schools till 12th of their schooling. But after 12th, they are not in a position to compete with the others in, other places. So their education stops there.
Right.
So after 12th, they're not in a position to go ahead and not even go beyond, because now they're weaned out from the cultural heritage. So they neither join their parents in their farming. So they are the ideal people, and they are very, they're the source here, maybe you can say, for the getting into extremist activities.
Right.
So we tried giving vocational skill training to the kids through forest department. Initially we started. So the kids were given voluntary vocational skills in hospitality, automobile industry, construction industry, with the placements.
Nice.
So department started paying them for the coaching and training, and the institute like brother. So they started giving their placements. So later on, this program was taken by the skill development department of the district, with a good coordination between the collector and other friends. So then it was near about 2,300 kids got placements. Wherever we go to 5-star hotel, we can definitely meet one Gadchiroli guy or girl.
Absolutely.
Later on, it was awarded by PM award also. Our district collectors and our CCF TSK Reddy got Prime Minister award for this program also. No, it is very ongoing, and even in Pench we are doing the program. From further Gadchiroli, I moved on to Ahmednagar. Not very much about Nagar. I feel I could do something, but yes, the spirit of people, hardworking people, and they work a lot and they conserve water like anything. So water harvesting is something where I could learn from Nagar. How people dedicate, how much efforts they take to conserve little water and do some farming, and excellent farms. So, and their value of conservation of very little resources. And it's quite a contrast for me. Like I worked in a place of 86% of forest area to 7% of forest area, and that 7% is also of glidus area and all. It is not the natural forest. So it is a big change for me. Yes. But yeah. Then further on from Nagar, it is a very brief stint I was there. Then I was posted as DCF Pune. Yes, again in Pune, I could do something good that I feel, again, one more opportunity I got working in Pune. Like we could remove 550 hectares of encroachment, carried out plantations extensively, implemented 50 crore plantation program drive. So many biodiversity parks, like in Gadchiroli and Sironch, I could do 1 and 2, but in Pune, yeah, Sai is the limit which I could do. Even now, Pune public are very, they care, so they do sending me the pictures. If something goes wrong, also they let me know, Madam, yahan ka park mein aajkal pani nahi mil rahe, this kind of thing. And one more big achievement, what I did in Pune is like, you might be seeing it day in, day out. All the hills of Pune are covered with Glycidia, which is an exotic. So the management plan says us to remove it and plant with native species, but of course, earlier people couldn't carry out maybe due to some different reasons, but I could, with my help of the team, we could remove the Glycidia, plant with the native species, and set an example. And the Bakdi Hills, Pachgaon Hills, even Parvati, as well as NDA Pahad, everywhere we could remove Glycidia. Go through it also, and we could plant with the native species. And now later on, before, like, I still remember when I joined as DC of Pune, there was removal of one Glycidia tree, and it created a big havoc. Like I was times. Then, but we could convince the people with showing good example. By the time I left Pune, people were asking, Madam, humko aur Glycidia nikal ke aur native species banao. So that is like ecological restoration work which I did in Pune is like, I feel one of the great work which
wonderful
I could look upon.
Yes.
Yeah,
certainly.
Yeah, I can imagine the opposition you must have faced. Remove any tree or do anything like that. People are like up in arms about it.
It's not wrong with the people. It is wrong the way of communication we should do in a better way. Right. So there is no example in front, people won't believe you, right? But we tried to create an example. So yes.
After that, yeah, they were
correct. So that is Pune. Was after Pune you moved into direct bench?
I was in PCC office looking after human resources management as DC.
Okay, that's nice. And now you have moved. Very recent, you've moved to Pench. Right?
Yes. Last month, it is a month now.
Yeah, correct. All right, that's great. That's amazing.
Okay, ma'am. I guess our next question is that, what are the challenges that you've faced in this field because of, being a woman? Because, we see very few women officers. And
I stand corrected. Like, I don't think you should think that you are a woman and go ahead. The moment you think that you are a woman and you can't do, then it's the matter of, ends there itself. So yes, there are challenges for women, but I'm not of that kind thinking that as a woman I could do something not like that. Definitely. Any officer posted has got same responsibilities, same challenges. What all I face, the challenges my juniors also face, my subordinates also face. So it is not the matter of gender. Yes, of course, to some extent you are true, at least with the in our position, it is still okay being women and working. Because we have some support staff and all, vehicle and all, some residents. But I feel, it is difficult to work as lady guards. So it's not like working as at the ground level. Imagine the patrol an area of 15 square kilometers a day alone. So that is more challenging. That is more challenging. I even, at times we also become very insensitive or we don't be knowing. I just would like to share one small sensitive issue, like, how the girls might be facing the issue. I was on a tour, though I'm a lady, I was not even knowing that the lady guard is a feeding mother. She was with me for the whole day. And around 5 o'clock, she said, Madam, can I leave? I said, why? Madam, my baby is waiting in the morning. So we don't even understand, we just get carried away. And the moment I said, you go, she ran uphill, like, we need to go. We were just opposite to one hillock. She ran uphill literally and might, just simply like a cow and going for a calf. So I feel working and challenges are more in field compared to us. We are not, that much pressed rather. Field as they have so many challenges, but yet they're working. But as officer level, I don't think much of challenges as working as a lady officer at all.
Yeah, these small things, I guess, are overlooked. We don't think about.
Though I feel very bad as a being lady also, I was because how come I know that she is feeding mother and all, right? So, but We don't have proper facilities. We should, but everyone comes for a job, then they will say anything is agreed upon. But in forest, imagine we don't have restrooms, we don't have other facilities.
Restrooms,
We don't have any security for the ladies also. But yes, we can't give security to everyone, right? But these issues are there.
Correct. Yeah. So going on, I mean, I don't know, are there any advantages? Like you said, I don't treat myself, different by just being a woman. So do you think you are somewhere, you get an advantage over others that
no,
you
yeah.
being
If at all
nothing?
if at all you look upon as an advantage, no, I don't think so, because only one advantage while selection, the guys are asked to complete 24 kilometers of running and you're asked to complete 16 kilometers of running.
There. Okay.
After that, I don't find anywhere
It's the
that you
same.
have some advantage, no?
Okay.
Others might be feeling, "Arey yaar, ye log advantage le raha hoga," but like
no,
all the
nothing.
time. At times you are, you're in a disadvantageous position to some extent, like, in a meeting you are alone. The guys will have some meeting, some company, and you are alone. You don't know, like you can't go with them, you can't go out. Maybe you are restricted after the meeting or after the workshop. You have to go to your own room, or maybe you should go out alone. But in case of guys, it's not that.
Yeah, they have company.
Company, they have something to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you think it's possible to maintain a work-life balance in this field? Because I know you have to travel probably extensively. You have to be on. You also have to do, field around.
I don't say, if I don't want to show a rosy picture, it is difficult rather. If you are so dedicated, definitely family life gets affected. So you can't give that much. If someone says I could manage, then it's so great. I am not of that kind that I'm able to manage, I can say. I have some pressures too. Like when my kid is young, then my parents has taken good care of him. So there is a good support of my family. So I could do. But without that, it is not possible at all. So
family support is absolutely.
Yeah, it is utmost requirement. Otherwise, you can't even keep your mind cool and work, because and managing is not that easy.
Right.
So people may say, yeah, ho sakta hai, but you miss so many family functions, you miss many things.
Right.
I don't remember attending any except 1 or 2 of my cousins' marriages. No. So you miss a lot, but at the same time you derive pleasure in working, so it compensates actually.
That's nice. So what do you love about your job and what do you not like? So it can be just love also, so that's completely on you.
Yeah, I love the way, to be close with the nature, to close with the people. What I feel as a forest officer, if you go to a small thing also, it has a major impact. In many places it might not be, but as a forest officer, a small initiative can bring any work. Maybe if you create a small water hole, animals will be happily drinking that water, and it gives some pleasure to you. If you make a small grassland, animals feed, and if you raise a plantation, the people will get benefit out of it. If you do some livelihood activities, a very small things you can do, and you can see some perceivable changes. So that is what I like the most. And and others people try a lot to come to nature, and we work there and we're paid for that. That is the best thing I get. And coming to dislike, not exactly. No. Ponder also, but I couldn't get any answer to this. No.
Nothing that you don't like.
Definitely, we have a constraint of budget. Definitely that though forest officers, we are taking care of 20% of our land. People are not sensible about forests, so and because anyhow trees are going to put towards, so the budget allocation to the forest is very less. Though because we are not valuing our ecosystem services, that is the only thing I feel people should understand the intricacies of forest, and they should be paid properly and should be paid proper attention. If it is in place, I think it would be great. That is the only thing I feel, but it's not like disliking. It is basically what I anticipate that others should think of.
Right. It's just a hurdle, I guess, your budget.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
But I think more and more people are now, becoming aware of the requirement
That's
of
true, I think that's true, but but it is not changing the policy interventions,
this
right?
is
So
right.
if someone asks development versus conservation, people say conservation, but they vote for development.
Okay.
It's there.
That's right.
Any advice that you would like to give, other aspiring women who might want to enter this field, like how they can?
Advice, no, I won't feel that I'm not grown such a big to give advices. But definitely, yes, if your soul says that you want to be in forest, it is the best service. And where you can, definitely it is a hard service also. It's not that easy, or maybe it is not a rows of beds, definitely. It has, at times you need to keep on walking, maybe some offenders, some going behind some poachers, or maybe some pressure, like you caught some kingpin and so much of political pressure on you. See, what I say, this department, if we compare our counterparts of all India service, revenue service is like helping only people. Their agenda is development, mostly development. Whereas police, they have protection agenda only, but we have both. So there are instances where we carried out one development, given livelihood activity to some family, where the sister is working as agarbatti maker, and we caught her brother as a smuggler in the same day.
Oh,
So imagine the feeling of the family. Like,
right.
they're happy that the girl got some work, and they're not happy because the department caught their son.
Yes.
So this department has got both the works to do. Conservation has got it is a challenge. If people are ready to accept that one, it is going to become difficult day by day, definitely for sure, because with increasing population, increasing pressure, and and the geographical land is going to be the same. So it is going to be more challenging weather. So if someone is really interested to have the challenge, yes, it is a domain.
That's nice. So apart from joining the forest services for women, how do you think they can help in the conservation or wildlife? Any ideas on that?
Yes, here women can play a major role. I think it is a very right question. People can contribute, at least for the tiger areas and national habitats. We have foundations.
Okay.
These foundations, they have this concept of accepting CSR. So people in our protection camps, they are having meager facilities. So one can, as a ladies group, so some people, they can contribute to towards the protection staff, maybe by giving them some solar cookers or some beds, some amenities to the staff in one way. And maybe for the wildlife, to help in creating more of water ponds. Say, suppose for erecting some solar water bore wells, it requires a fund of 6 lakhs. Government can provide to maybe some, for example, in a range. But if one NGO comes forward and gives that 6 lakhs, it is an additional source for the soil, for the forest life. So this is the one CSR activities women can do. And others, like, at the same time, women and any others, people who are not directly into a department but are interested in forest department, they can definitely help in, promoting the value of the forest and conservation values. And maybe some project is contravening with the development of, say, suppose currently yesterday itself I inspected one mine, which is coming in the way of wildlife corridor. But there's such a pressure that people want that mine because people say provides employment, that is very important mineral, etc., etc. At the same time, that is in the passage of the tiger, in the corridor. So here we become very, we're isolated. They say forest department ये सब नहीं बोलते हैं, department ही नहीं चाहिए, सब लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं, development को मना करते हैं. So we are voiceless that time. We don't have much of support. If we get that kind of support from NGOs and women force, so that people can think twice before going for some development project, definitely with some mitigation measures which can be thought of. So we basically want voice support also from the people like you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the ideas, ma'am. I mean, we should, we would definitely like to, join hands and work with you on these posters. Yeah. Because that's, basically that's what we are trying to do through Jungle Bells, is to raise awareness among,
Exactly.
urban women, about what the issues are in the forests. And we're trying to take more and more women out into nature so that they also develop a love for that.
Exactly.
Nature.
They can appreciate their value and all, right.
And, children always look up to their mothers mostly, especially in our society. So
Very, very true. Very true.
so we are hoping that the moms will also be able to pass on that love to the children, to our next generation.
And maybe, if I can say one more idea, Aarti, we many a times we can't take the people of physically challenged or specially able people because we don't have special vehicles to carry them to the forest. So
Right.
they can't be shown the jungles. So if someone can provide some vehicle where the physically challenged people also can sit in.
Okay.
So that can be a good thing. And maybe you can pull on some schools where people are only, they can see and maybe they are specially able, but you can gather some groups of some kids of them and bring to some national parks. In contact certain ashram, certain places, certain orphanages, the kids of orphan kids can be brought to the parks. These all can be done by people like you, because they were devoid of these benefits, right? They will be seeing tiger and leopard only in their books, not in the field, right? So certain things, definitely not only for the elite women, who can afford this, but for other societies where they can't even afford to come in these areas, that can be thought of.
Absolutely.
Very good ideas, ma'am. Definitely.
Yes, definitely. We'll also kind of propagate on this to our people here. Yeah, we should raise awareness. Aarti, there are a couple of questions, I think, from Sanjay himself. He wants to ask, then maybe you can unmute. Sanjay, you would like to unmute? And
I don't know if he has bandwidth.
Bandwidth, yeah.
I'll ask his question, ma'am.
He's there, I think.
Yes. Video I don't have, but
okay.
Audio I can.
Yes, you can ask, Sanjay.
Okay. Please, Sanjay, go ahead.
Sree Lakshmi madam, it is really a wonderful interview. My two questions are to extreme level. Is
You're not audible, Sanjay.
Which Pune, Bombay people know. Ek minute.
In the meanwhile, if any other viewers have any questions for ma'am, you can type them in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and unmute and you can ask. Sanjay, do you want me to ask?
Is it audible?
Yeah.
You please ask, because the range is a problem.
Okay.
He's in Tadoba, right?
Yeah, he's in Tadoba.
Yeah.
So he wanted to know that you worked in like two extreme locations, Gadchiroli, which was really rural, and a completely different sort of area, and then you worked in a place like Pune, which is completely urban. So he wanted to know what's the difference between working in Gadchiroli and an urban place like Pune.
Sanjay kept me in a very difficult position, right? See, both have their own benefits, disadvantages. Like Gadchiroli, it is more time is with you. More time is with you to work, and it's not like you are not required to attend many people. So as Gadchiroli is here and working in Gadchiroli, you're for your own, and time is with you, and you can work mostly what things are for the directly helping the people there. But in city like Pune, yes, most of your time goes for meeting so many people and maybe getting some clues from them, but most of the time it goes in not directly executing the work rather than understanding the work. That is what I feel. And definitely clientele is different, city urban people, their thinking and their knowledge about forestry is different from what the rural people they know. So conservation values, city dwelling people, they feel conservation is important, but how to go about conservation is actually a important task which has to be taught in the urban areas.
Right.
Like, but it is not the case in rural areas. See, for example, in Gadchiroli, I just want to quote a small example. We doing some work during International Day of Forestry. We called school children. After some time, I said, "Yeah, बच्चे लोग हैं, maybe they are feeling, thirsty. We should provide some water and all." And we haven't anticipated that, and we are having some 1 or 2 water bottles. So we thought of giving them, but they said no. Okay, they take a small pond next to the stream, and they made small leaf cups, and that was one special leaf cup they made. I asked why only that cup. They said it is a species where people say if we drink water in that species of leaves, which is called Holera antidysenterica, people won't get dysentery. So that knowledge is there in the kids itself there.
Okay.
But here in Pune, at least, no, people will come. हम हमारे dog को क्यों नहीं लेके जा सकते? क्यों allow नहीं करेंगे? हमारा dog हमारे साथ है तो वो क्या problem है? Peacock है तो क्या है? हमारा pet को भी घूमना चाहिए. हम forest में नहीं तो कहाँ लेके जाएंगे? या forest में free क्यों जा? मतलब पैसा क्यों बनना है? Like मतलब I feel people spend left and right in malls in Pune.
Yes.
But if you ask them to pay 5 or 10 rupees for the park management, they say no, nature is for free. Why you are costing? That is the kind of issues I faced as this year, Pune, to be very frank, but such difficulties.
Yeah, it needs to be said.
Such difficulty I haven't faced while working in Gadchiroli, definitely.
Here, I would like to add, ma'am, that also people visiting forests, they pay high safari costs, the entry fees and all. But when you ask, when it's a perception, we've often come across that if you ask for help, if you can pay, 30,000 for a safari, suppose, and if you ask for a 500,000 help to give back to forests, something. Yeah. So they hesitate at that point of time. So this is what Aarti and I are striving.
This is the attitude. I don't understand. In India, people feel that not paying is a privilege. Not to quote, some VIPs come and they say, hey, this is our privilege. यार वो बेचारे गाइड का पैसा उसका पूरा जिंदगी 3 महीने ही उनको पैसा आने वाला है. फॉर एग्जांपल नेशनल पार्क 3 से 4 महीने से ज्यादा उनको पैसा नहीं आएगा. उसमें एक दिन कोई वीआईपी चला गया एंड उसका 550 rupees they're not ready to pay. It is a particular department, but people don't understand. They would have spent all the flight tickets all the way from Bombay to Nagpur and again. That might be went in lakhs. Okay, who is paying that? But if it actually person who is conserving it and who is showing you for the job for gypsy chap and guide, and you say no, we can't pay. It is our privilege not to pay. Then there is no answer.
So, yeah, and even this water incident you were talking about, ma'am. I mean, we've been, whatever trips we take in and around Pune, we are trying to encourage women to carry their own water bottles at least, so that we are at least reducing the plastic. Yes, because the wetlands around here, we went to Big One recently. Right now, it was a season, flamingo season, and the amount of plastic water bottles that were thrown around, right along the water, it was very sad.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So we are also trying to, raise
but
awareness.
What we did, when I was DC Pune, that time there is a horrible drought there. So we collected all the plastic bottles from Big One, and literally we have micro-irrigated each and every plantation plant sapling. We made a small small thread to insert it in the water bottle and added water to that, cut in leaf on the top. And literally for near about 1,25,000 saplings we bought it, and all the bottles we got from Big One.
Okay, wow, that is really interesting.
That's incredible, yeah.
Yes, so that's what I mean. Like Hemangi mentioned, we, during COVID times, we tried hard to raise money for guards and guides because we realized that they were completely affected by this. Their livelihood was completely gone for 2 years. So, but it's really hard to convince people. We did a sweater drive for the Mayaghat area. We asked people to donate, and we donated sweaters to the guides there. it was, it's like pulling teeth, asking people for
Yes, yes.
money.
People say people want if they won't see tiger, they are very unhappy.
Yes,
That
that
and all,
is
but how come it's not simple tiger can survive over there? It require
right.
a lot beyond that,
Yes.
so much of effort, so much of people working, and so many
So,
man hours.
Yes.
correct.
I
So,
don't know that sensitivity when the people will really get it.
so we are of a belief that if you protect or you help the people who protect the forests, that's how the forests will be protected in a
survive,
way,
yes.
will
Exactly,
survive.
exactly.
So that is
Yeah,
a thought process behind it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all the guides, I mean, they are the ones working for us in, protecting the forests. So they have to be taken care of, and we have to think about them for sure.
yeah.
So, okay. I don't think there are any more.
I think
Sanjay has asked that what will be your suggestion, not really a message, but suggestion to urban people of Pune about attitude towards wildlife. We just talked a lot
Sanjay
about
should-
it, I think.
Sanjay is better person to answer than to question.
I mean, we
Right
did talk
person to
about,
answer.
you gave a lot of suggestions, I think, about how
Yeah,
people
yeah.
can help and how,
Yes, yes. See, people should. What I mean to say, the valuation of ecosystem service is very important. At least COVID has taught us a lot.
right,
yes,
For example, for the oxygen, now people know the value of oxygen, what it is.
oxygen,
But
absolutely.
unfortunately, we are not measuring the ecosystem services, what exactly the forests are protecting. If you say हमको 20% या 33% forest बचाना है, नहीं बचाएंगे उससे थोड़ा फिर कम हो गया तो क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला? That is what is the general perception.
Right.
But it is for the good self of the community and good self of the humanity. जब तक लोगों को नहीं पता है the value of forest, it is going to be difficult. And at the same time, हाँ, पूना में जैसे like people think, मतलब कोई भी झाड़ forest ही हो सकता है, झाड़ को तोड़ना नहीं. That and all is not right. We have to get the proper management. अगर कोई weed आ जा रहा है, उसको निकालना चाहिए. Proper management plans को value देना चाहिए, ये समझना चाहिए. It's not blind concepts rather. It should be the plans which are prepared after scientific documentations. उसके ऊपर लोगों की थोड़ा ज़्यादा ध्यान होना चाहिए.
okay. Okay.
I think he's asked one more question, which is what are the challenges, for the habitats, like we have diverse habitats around Pune itself. So what are some of the challenges that these face, the grasslands, wetlands, or even some forests?
Yes, he is very right. Recently, I came across a study where, how the forests and how the grasslands got reduced.
Yes.
The thirst of agriculture became so high that all the grasslands are being converted into agricultural lands. It is a cycle, there are two cycles I would like to say. Of course, to say in teak forest of Gadchiroli, initially some people will go for felling of the trees.
Right.
Okay. Then because of felling, it creates some disturbance, and later on the next season, few more trees got cut down because of windfall, naturally by windfall, and the area turns barren there. Then people will go for cultivation.
Right.
So after cultivation, then again slowly now it will go into convert into construction area.
Yes.
It does like urbanization, construction, concrete building and all. So it is slowly one process after the other. We are cutting down the natural areas and we're going towards concrete areas. So and that is thirst won't go down. Like if you ask me also, I would prefer to have some big home, right? Everyone prefers that. So
yes,
the growing population, people require good homes, and this is a pressure on forests. Same is happening with the Pune. At least all the grasslands are being converted into agricultural lands. People say barren है, वहाँ कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है, but लेकिन grassland है supporting its own fauna.
Yes.
अपने wolves है, सारे कोई दिखते नहीं है. That is a problem. And moreover, many are the species are carnivores. Literally, सुबह के time में दिखते नहीं जब अपन जाते हैं. So people say this is barren and no one is using, and why are you just simply conserving it?
You're right.
So these are the issues.
Yeah, so we recently, in association with Magarpatta Group, we made a film on the diverse habitats around Pune. So we covered the wetlands and grasslands mainly, and just to show what kind of wildlife can be seen around Pune. People, like you said, they don't see it to the naked eye. You can't see anything. It just looks like a barren land. But how many species it's supporting, and all of that we covered in the film. So we made it's about 18-minute film. And they Magarpatta group was really, Mr. Satish Magar really helped us. He backed us basically with the funding and everything for the film, and because he himself is very aware of the challenges that are around that are being faced by these habitats. And now we are thinking of we are looking at funding for another film that we want to make, which would be about the actual threats that these wetlands and grasslands are facing. Yeah, so we'll be hopefully able to get funding for that and work on that film as well.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So that's the pipeline, the thing we have in pipeline.
Yeah.
One more message, I don't. Okay, so yeah, I think it has been really wonderful talking to you and really eye-opening in many ways, and our like we have said, we're trying to encourage women to get involved in wildlife and in conservation activities. So it was nice hearing your point of view, and it was nice to know that you're not you don't separate yourself gender, you don't think that being a woman or a man is any different. So even a woman can work in this field and can achieve things. That was really a very
Yes.
heartwarming thing to hear. So
I guess Aarti, Sanjay wanted to say a few words
he
also.
wanted to give the vote of thanks, I think, ma'am.
Yeah, so if he's in a range, Sanjay, are you?
Yeah, I am in range.
Okay, yes, sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
Sanjay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's really wonderful. I must say, rather you covered both. Means extreme, as you have seen, extreme urban also like Pune, and extreme remote places like Gadchiroli and Surancha, which people know only by newspaper, and that these places exist practically. So, and I, as I belong to Nagpur, I understand the difficulties in working with both environments, and I lived in Pune also. Most importantly, agreed. It's very nice to accept that being woman is not a big issue. But jungle bells, as we support to jungle bells, the basic advantage or basic reason is what I have observed is कि आदमी लोगों का पीठ पे कैमरा डाला, बैग डाला, निकल गए भटकने को. But the woman of the house can't do that kind of thing, and that's why awareness level about wildlife is very less in urban women specifically.
Yeah.
And मतलब आरती और हेमांगी के साथ काम करके मैंने समझा है. मैंने बोला अब तुम एक बुक लिखो जंगल न जाने के 1001 बहाने करके, because ladies give so many reasons. I just can't imagine कि सासू माँ आई है यहाँ से लेके काम वाली बाई आई नहीं यहाँ तक. They have got all reasons for not to going to wildlife, and I'm really thankful to you because these kind of sharing which they will be uploading on YouTube, and many women can watch it on live and they will get inspired. At least हम लोग बोलते हैं कि आप जंगल जाओ पहले तो आप समझोगे कि क्या आप बचा नहीं सकते और क्या बचाने की जरूरत है. तो इट्स लाइक टाइम आप लोगों ने जैसे ऑफिसर लोग टाइम निकालते हैं इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आते हैं, that makes things really easy because we sitting over there and telling people they don't get it, but when it comes from people like you, then it gives a lot of weightage. And I'm really thankful personally also. You spend the time and you share so many good things, and definitely with Jungle Bell also, and from like this culture of wildlife, as we spoke that day also, ki even today's builders also, which are supposed to be actually enemies of environment practically, because पर मैं वो लोगों को ही बोलता कि हम लोग जो घर बांधते हैं उसमें हम लोग तो नहीं रहते, आप ही लोग रहते हो और दुश्मन बिल्डरों को बोलते हो एनवायरनमेंट का. Now more and more people are understanding कि साथ में मिलके काम कर सकते हैं, and we will be really happy to assist on any way for this particular cause. And that's most best part of the thing is what you said is it's you like to live in forest. That is one of the best part of it. And आप एक बार रहने जाओ तो ही समझोगे क्या है forest में रहना. And my all wishes to you for your future career, and let us keep working together. Thank you very much to you and all.
Thank you so much.
And more importantly to your family, Because
Yes.
to accommodate a forester woman in family is not that easy job. I can understand.
There is
So, thank you very much.
Aarti, this Dipali Devkar ma'am who says that it's really been great to listen to you always. She's a powerhouse.
Dipali herself is a RFO in Pune division.
Okay.
So she says she's a powerhouse of positive energy, support everyone. She supports everyone always. She's the best leader in forest department, staff, forest and wildlife is her family, and she takes care of it with extreme love. That is so nice, ma'am.
That's a message for you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
The words. It's extremely nice. Thank you so much, Dipali. Yes.
Thank you, Sree Lakshmi ma'am, like Sanjay mentioned,
Thank
for
you,
taking
Aarti.
time
Thank
out
you.
for us. And
Thank you
we
so
really hope to, join hands with you and work
Yeah.
together. At least try to make, a small difference in whatever way we can. So we
Exactly.
will be in touch. And,
Always small steps are required to do big.
Exactly.
Correct.
So yes. We will
All
definitely
right.
reach out to you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Himangi.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Aarti.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.